One of the most frequent questions that I get down in the comment section, on Twitter and in my emails is, why do you not play the Bedrock version of Minecraft? Why do you not create redstone contraptions in Bedrock? So hopefully in today's video I can explain just a few of my reasons. Now I do feel it's important to point out at the start of this video that there is going to be some level of bias here, simply because I've been playing the Java version of Minecraft forever, I've been making YouTube videos on it forever as well, and I'm pretty well versed in Java Minecraft, whereas when it comes to Bedrock, I don't really play it too often. But that's mainly because of the reasons that I'm going to be mentioning in today's video. Now I also feel it's worth mentioning that this is of course just my opinion. I'm just going to be voicing my thoughts. If you personally prefer the Bedrock version of Minecraft, then that is entirely up to you. It's a fantastic game, I can totally understand why. These are just my reasons why I tend to prefer the Java version, and I tend to play that more often. Right. I think that's cleared up. Hopefully there's not going to be any screaming in the comment section. Let's begin. And I'm actually going to start things off with something that I think is hugely positive about the Bedrock version of Minecraft, which is something that, I talk about all the time. The fact that you can move containers and chests and furnaces and things like that using pistons. Check this out. Look, we've got a rotating storage system right here. So those are all my redstone lamps and things. That's all my wood supplies. These are all my nether supplies. Then eventually we get into the farming section. We have a storage system that rotates itself through in front of us. So we can keep a bunch of chests all just in a loop like this, and we can gain access to them. Seriously, if this existed in the Java version of Minecraft, I would be so happy, but I can't see it ever happening. However, it does totally exist in the Bedrock version of Minecraft, and that is a huge feature and a massive positive. But if we pop back over to the Java edition of Minecraft, this is one of the features that I think makes redstone great. The fact that you can fire a one-tick pulse through a sticky piston and it will spit out its block. It won't retract it. Now this seems so simple, but this is used in pretty much every single one of my redstone contraptions. For example, here we have a simple 3x3 piston door, and this redstone contraption would be considerably larger if this sticky piston right here wasn't able to spit out its block. And this rather ridiculous drawbridge that I've created would be completely impossible if we couldn't spit out blocks. You can see it happens a ton during this circuitry right here, and even the bridge itself is laid down by sticky pistons that shoot out their blocks. And of course, two-way flying machines, they're just not going to happen if you can't have sticky pistons that spit out their blocks, because they're 100% reliant on that functionality. The list goes on and on with that one. You'd be hard pushed to find a redstone contraption in my redstone testing world that doesn't make use of that feature. And of course, if we pop over to the Bedrock version of Minecraft, it's not there. That is a one-tick pulse, and that sticky piston is definitely not spitting out his block. However, one huge positive for the Bedrock version of Minecraft is the fact that you can build redstone contraptions underwater. Now, as someone who has been building redstone contraptions for the best part of 8 years, it's been very much drilled into my head that redstone and water don't exactly make a very good mix. It tends to end in a bad day. So to have this repeater clock running at the bottom of this lake, that fills me with a lot of happiness. And of course the same thing goes for things like minecart rails and all the other stuff that you can place underwater in the Bedrock version of Minecraft that you simply can't in Java. I personally absolutely love these features. I can't fully understand why they wouldn't be implemented in the Java version of Minecraft. It totally makes sense that you would be able to do this sort of thing, and hopefully we will see it in the future, because I definitely feel like I'm missing out. Come on. Oh, there's something so satisfying about this. But what you see in front of me here is slightly less satisfying, because this is Quasi Connectivity not working in the Bedrock version of Minecraft. And just like the one-tick pulse thing that we mentioned earlier on, Quasi Connectivity is probably one of the most frequently used features in Minecraft Java Edition Redstone. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what Quasi Connectivity is, it's a little bit of a strange thing in that pistons are actually powered by these two locations here, but they don't realize it until they receive a block update, and then they extend, and the same thing goes for retracting. It's a little bit of an odd one, but once you get your head around it, it becomes ridiculously useful. For example, this bank vault that I created just the other day is powered almost entirely by Quasi Connectivity. You only have to look around to see that almost all of the circuits that are featured here wouldn't work in the Bedrock version of Minecraft because the pistons simply wouldn't be being powered. And taking a look at another piston door here, because they tend to demonstrate things the best, this is 100% fueled by Quasi Connectivity. This simply wouldn't function if Quasi Connectivity wasn't there, and it's such a shame that that feature is missing from Bedrock. With that being said, I can understand the positives of not including Quasi Connectivity in the Bedrock version of Minecraft, because it is quite a quirky feature. For example, if someone new to Redstone was building up some circuits, they created this one that extends the piston, that's all good, and they created this one which turns on this redstone lamp, they'd probably be a little bit baffled as to why this piston was extending, despite the fact that it looks like it's totally not being powered by anywhere, when in reality this block is powering it, despite the fact that it's miles away. With that being said, it's still a huge negative for me that that's missing. Anyway, I mean, I can't not mention this in today's video. The Bedrock version of Minecraft is so ridiculously smooth. It's so fluid and so lovely. There's no massive lag spikes. There's none of that going on. It's like butter. I mean, honestly, it makes the Java version of Minecraft feel a little bit like an old crotchety dinosaur. I mean, just look, just the slight little stutters that you get when you're playing. And this is me using Optifine. I've installed a mod to make the playing experience better. This is as good as it gets. And I've got a crazy computer. And it's still, it's not quite as fluid. I don't understand. And that's all well and good, but I have got a huge issue with the Bedrock version of Minecraft. In fact, this is probably one of my biggest issues that I take with the game. The fact that Redstone is unpredictable. It does different things every single time you use it. For example, here we fire this circuit, that piston extends, that's all well and good. We flick the lever again. Oh, that piston's now extended, and it's done it again. Now that piston's extending, now that piston's extending. It's doing it 3 times, 4 times, okay, we've got a bit of a rhythm going here. Oh, it's changed things up again. Okay, I hear what you're saying down in the comment section. This is a bit of a strange circuit, 2 pistons being powered at the same time. I guess we could make things more predictable by adding in some delay. So we flick the lever, that's all looking good. I mean, strange pulse at the end, but that's fine, we can work with that. As long as it happens every time, which clearly it doesn't. Do you see what I mean? It's unpredictable, and that means it's not workable because Redstone is a logic system. It's almost as if maths 2 + 2 = 4 most of the time, but occasionally added up to 5. And of course this affects all sorts of different redstone circuits. For example, this time the piston got left behind, whereas now it's been retracted. This sort of thing just makes it so difficult to work on large scale redstone contraptions. You know, it's funny, the Java Edition version of Minecraft is filled to the brim with all sorts of quirks and bugs and things, but they're predictable. When you run the circuit once, you know what's going to happen every single time you run the circuit. Whereas with the Bedrock version of Minecraft, it doesn't have any of the weird quirks and bugs and things like that, but it doesn't have the predictability. And I think I'd rather have the predictability with the weird quirks and bugs than the other way around. Let me know your thoughts on that one down in the comments section. I mean, this is just my personal opinion. With that being said, one of the features that I personally really like about the Bedrock version of Minecraft is the way that pistons interact with redstone. Now, I haven't actually had a chance to play with this too much, but on the face of it, it seems like it would be really useful. I mean, in the Java Edition version of Minecraft, the redstone would just go straight past these pistons, it wouldn't go into the side of them, and they definitely wouldn't be powered. Whereas in the Bedrock version, the pistons are actual redstone components and they take in redstone signal and they extend. And to me, this actually kind of makes sense. But back over on the Java edition of Minecraft, things just seem snappier when it comes to the redstone. When you activate a lever, things kick off. Everything's moving around, we've got blocks shifting about, and everything seems very dramatic. Whereas on the Bedrock version, I don't know, it just seems a tiny bit more sluggish. Now that I think about it though, that could be due to the 1-tick pulses that we often use in Java Edition Redstone that just make things look like they're moving faster. I don't know. But if there's one thing that I do personally really like about the Bedrock version of Minecraft, it's the fact that you have the ability to change the behaviour of the game through the use of add-ons. Proper mod support by Mojang. That is absolutely fantastic to see. We would have loved to have seen this in the Java version of Minecraft, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. So I think it's fair to round up this video by saying that both versions of Minecraft are totally different. When you go from the Java edition over to the Bedrock edition, there's just a massive shift in game mechanics, and both of them have their pros, and both of them have their cons as well. I just happen to think that the pros of the Java edition outweigh the cons, and the cons of the Bedrock edition slightly outweigh the pros for me personally. That's just my personal opinion, and that's why I tend to stick with the Java version of Minecraft. So I hope that clears things up. I hope you now understand my reasoning. I hope that you enjoyed this video as well. If you did, please hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and as per usual, latest video just released on the filming channel. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'll put a link to that one on the end screen.